Alrighty, and here is the video review for Transformers Prime, the Robots in Disguise series Knockout. And now he does have his little spear here that it can plug into either side of the car for storage when he's in vehicle mode. Now it does bend like this. It's on a hinge right here. It pegs together. You can bend it like that. I don't know why. It does pop apart though, however, to form two separate little hand weapons. So I guess it's just that, and the rotating just seems to be a side effect of it. But that's the weapon, and it's nothing really amazing to write home about. Just a spear, but it is cool watching him hold it when you get later on. Now, his car mode, a lot of people are upset at the paint applications. I do wonder what some of the choices were for this, especially since they got they took the time to put these little gold details here on the hood, not on the rims, and I think they could have totally skipped this up here and made better use of that gold paint on the rims, but what do you know? What bothers me the most, really, is though they painted the silver here, and then in the maroon paint, those aren't transformation scratches. The detailing actually has some scratches in the paint, and as we all know, there is no way Knockout would tolerate that. So I'm a little miffed about that. But all in all, like people have been complaining about the paint job, and it really doesn't look that bad in person. It's really kind of a nice looking paint job. I think the red here is could be a little bit more muted, but all in all, I don't have that many issues with it. It's a nice looking little car. It is, however, when I say little car, a little car, because here's Knockout, here's Scout Class Wind Charger. Just to give you an idea of how small he is. It makes sense. He's supposed to be a small, sporty car. I just was, and to be fair, Wind Charger is a little bit of a large, especially in vehicle mode, a large size Scout. But he is a very small car, and I like it. That's part of the reason I think I like Cliff Jumper so much, is because he turns into such a small little car, and they're fun to play with in vehicle mode. But yeah, just quick comparison-wise, here he is with Bumblebee and Cliff Jumper as well from the Prime line. Here he is with the Robots in Disguise Viacon. And just to compare, here he is with the first edition Viacon. And that's him. Give me a second. We'll get all these guys transformed into robot mode so we can do robot mode comparisons. We'll come back and we'll show off Knockout's transformation. Alrighty, and we're back to do Knockout's transformation to robot mode. And we start off back here. You want to pull the legs just straight out like that. The instructions say to flip them down and then out, but it's easier to just pull them straight out. Just like that. Go ahead and split them apart. Take this bottom piece, rotate it all the way around like that. Unpeg the feet. They do peg in right here. Bring them down, kind of rotate them at the ankle so they come around like that, and rotate it around just like that. And you're done with the legs. Dun, dun, dun. So now he can stand up like Turbo Teen, wear car type of thing. She does kind of look like Turbo Teen, so it's not convertible. Anyway, enough ranting. Come up here. I'm going to split the roof in half up here. And fold it out like this. Around and under. And then down like this. Oh, I just popped off his arm, because it doesn't take much of a twist to pop the arms off. But we want to bring them down like this, bring them down, and then this whole wheel assembly you want to rotate forward. You have to go out, not in, just because of the way it's built, but rotate it around like that. And then the arms, and here's where they get a little tricky. You can see the hand up here underneath the roof. You lift them up off this hinge, rotate this piece around like this. So basically the hinge was facing forward into the cavity, now it's facing back. You want to flip the hand out, and then you want to fold this back up into place, and then the whole hood piece folds down to form the inner forearm, and there's the hand. The windows, people keep thinking that I keep telling me I need to fold these down. They don't fold down. They the hinge here is to allow this piece to rotate. If you look at the way the hinges, the window's designed right here, it actually has a squared off piece that sits flush against the red door. Like if you push on it to try and rotate it, you're just going to end up snapping the window off, and you don't want to do that. So let's bring the arms down like that. Focus again. There we go. And the same thing over here. It starts off like this. You can see the hinge faces toward the front of the door. You just flip this out, rotate the hinge around like that, fold it right back in, flip the hand out, flip the inner door down, and flip up these shoulder pieces here. And then you take this whole upper assembly and fold it down like this. It's just right here at this hinge right here, just fold it down. This piece right here you flip out from under, and then flip the whole front grille assembly up like that. And just continue bringing this down. Now as you bring it down, this piece right here, the middle piece of the hood, you want to kind of flip forward and out, and that'll pop his head up automatically. And then you want to push this back in. I've seen some pictures that say, like, look, you can fold this down and out to position these shoulder pieces better, but to actually get the shoulder pieces in the proper position, you want to actually push this back in. It also keeps his neck from looking like it's quite so sunken down into his chest. Push that back into the place it was. Now, the official instructions would pretty much end it right there. You do actually take the sides of these hip pieces right here and push them back, and you can see there's a little tab in here that's going to, a little peg hole in here that's going to tab over this tab here on the waist. Let me lift this up a little bit here. So you push this in, and you can see how that little gray piece fits in that little notch, and that forms his abdomen. Now the instructions at this point would say you're done. You just fold these down so his wheels are up on his shoulders, like that, and you're done. And that by itself is not a horrible looking robot. But if you've seen the show, you know his headlights are supposed to be closer up to his shoulders. And what the instructions don't show you, and the instructions even leave out the finishing steps for the arms. They actually, the way the instructions tell you to leave the arms is to not fold this hinge back in and have them look like this, which is horrible looking. You actually are supposed to fold that back in. But yeah, you can take these pieces right here, and if you look inside, you can kind of see, right here, see if I can show it off. Right here on the inside of here, there actually is a notch. You can see it better here. There's a notch right here, carved into the supporting framework inside. There you go, you can see it right there. You can see my finger through it, the notch right here. And that notch actually goes in, there's even a little slot right here. It goes in right over the lip of this and snaps on. I don't know if you can see that, but right there. You actually push this tab, the inner tab, inside that and snap it down, and then these pieces actually snap, kind of fold in, snap into place, and form his upper chest. And if you have this pushed down and forward, you can see it's already sitting right there on the edge. If you pushed it forward, it would keep these from popping in properly. Now that means the wheels don't sit up as high on his shoulders as they do on the show, but I think overall it ends up making for a much more solid and much more cohesive robot, and a robot that looks more like Knockout from the show. I mean, it's not 100% perfect. I'd like to see more gold detailing up here, a little bit more of the angled shoulder pieces that he's got. Like he looks like he's got like a big fur coat on type thing with the way that the pieces work, and you just can't. They rotate this way a little bit, but they don't rotate at an angle that would make it look cool up here. But they do peg together in there securely and hold everything together, and I'm pretty sure that's how he's supposed to look. He is a little hollow from the side and the back, but it does fill in pretty well. It's hollow, but I mean, you have to look at it from the right angle to see into the emptiness. It does kind of block that from several different angles. So yeah, pretty cool. Here's a staff. Again, you can have him hold it as one long staff. You can pop it apart and put it into his hands as two separate arm weapons. And you can also, it's not official, there's no way to solidly get it in there, but if you want, you can flip the hands in, fold it back down, and you can kind of wedge the handle into his arm to give him like an arm weapon. Entirely up to you. But all in all, he's a pretty awesome little figure. Definitely worth picking up. Interesting transformation, and I mean, it's a knockout. And a size comparison, we showed him off next to Windcharger earlier. Here he is in robot mode. So you can see a significantly larger robot. He just compacts down very well for car mode. Here he is with Cliffjumper and Bumblebee. So, but there he is. Very cool. I think he looks a lot better when you get him properly transformed. Transformers, Robots in Disguise, Knockout. Available now for pre-order at TFsource.com. Excellent toys, great customer service. Why go to the store when you can go to the source? TFsource.com.